Hello everyone, my name is Archibong. I'm a data analysis intern at Start Tech Academy. So today I want to get you up to speed about what I've been doing regarding the last task that we were given. Quite unfortunately, I had spent about 2 hours recording on an app that did not eventually give me what I wanted. So I'd have to be very brief and straight to the point. So I wanted to talk about the Excel task we were given. Let me just quickly share my screen with you to see what I'm talking about. Okay, here we are, and I'll just go back to the problem statements we worked on. I worked on. So okay, today I'll be talking about how I tackled the two tasks, these two problems. So we asked to view given two data sets in Excel and in CSV. We're supposed to analyze data and create pivot tables and dashboards. And if I have, I think I hope I'll be able to walk you through how I was able to query the SQL data that we were given as well. So let's go straight into it. Let me go right into the Excel data. The first task was for me to create Excel pivot tables given these general data sets here, which I have downloaded already into my PC, as well as create a financial dashboard given these data sets here, which I've also downloaded onto my PC. So let's go right to my Excel sheet now and look at this data. Okay, this is the first task here. So these are the tasks we're supposed to do. We're supposed to have these 3 pivot tables, and we're supposed to perform this task. First was for me to draw a pivot table filtering the data types of different outlets and to also count them. So let's go. Let me show you how I did that. Now this is actually the final product of what I have done already. So but I'll walk you through how I arrived at this thing you are seeing on the screen right now. So first thing, I'll go back to the task. This is the data set we have been given, and I had already cleaned the data and checked for outliers. There were no outliers. Like the simple trick I always use most times is for me to come here. I will add a filter to this data set. I will click on this and scroll down here, looking very carefully to see if I'll see any blank spaces or any outliers. Let's say I find a figure that is overly exaggerated, then I'll quickly know that there's something wrong. Then I can either eliminate it or find a way to know what the problem was. So having checked it and found out that this data set was valid and ready to go, I now highlighted and like this. Highlighted the entire data. Then I'll go back to click on insert and I click pivot table. So when I click on pivot table, it will take me to this piece here. This is what my screen would look like. Something like this, not really. So it take me to show me this right. If you look to my right here, you see the fields. So the first task, we were supposed to find the different outlet types and to count the number of each one of them. So when I click this, I'll come to here and check this box, outlet type. I check the outlet type box, it will automatically appear on the row section here, so you see it. Or if it doesn't do that, you drag and drop like this, just like I did that. So you will drag and drop here, it will be on your rows, the rows space here, so it will eventually show here. And then you want to know the number of each one of them. Excuse me. So I'll come do the same here. After I get this, I'll click on this empty space here. There would have been an empty space, just assuming I had not done this, and I'll just click on this empty cell. Then I would come here again. I want to know the count. I want to count each one of them. So I'll click on this outlet types again, drag like this and drop here in the value section. Once you do that, you can right click on it. When you right click here, for instance, you click on the drop down, rather click on value field settings. Then it will tell you what you want to do, whether you want to take the average or the sum or the max or the minimum or whatever. So in this case we want to count, so we'll click on count and OK. The total number of each one of the outlet types have been displayed on the screen. You can see we have 413 grocery store, 2,209 supermarket type 1, 330 supermarket type 2, 351 supermarket type 3, and the rest of that. So we have found that already. So the second task we need to do is to draw another pivot table to get the total sales for different outlets. So we want to get the total sales for different outlets. I could create this dashboard here. Yeah, okay, this is the total outlets, rather the total sales. I can come here to get the total sales. I can as well come here, and copy the first dashboard pivot table I created, and I can paste it here. So for this instance, what I did was I copied it, I pasted it here. Here, this is it. Just highlight like this. I just highlight like this, copy and paste here. So when I paste here, I want to get the sum of the items sold in each of the grocery stores. So instead of counting out the outlet types, I'll change that value now to sum of the outlets. So I'll come, when I click here again, before I got this heading, I came here on this fields table and I picked the outlet sales. I check this box, drag it and put it on my value side like this, drag and drop here. So once I drag and drop, I'll get what I have here, like you can see what I have already. So but let me I don't want to duplicate that, so I'll remove this. So we have this already. So what this is telling us is the total sum of sales in each of the grocery stores, in each of the outlet types. We can see again from what we are seeing here that the supermarket type 1 was the outlet that had the highest sales, followed by supermarket type 3, and then supermarket type 2. The grocery store was the least on our pivot table, and then the grand total of all the sales was over 7 million. And Excel does this automatically using the pivot table. So the next thing we were supposed to do, or what I did, was to find the pivot table to find out the total sales of each or different types, each of the different outlet types, and of each of the items in each of these outlets. So we want to find out the total sales we made from each of these outlet types. We want to know what actually each of them sold to arrive at that, that value. So we want to include a filter on that. So how do we bring about that? We include a filter to get that. I'll just click, I copy again, and again I'll copy this and I paste here, and then I'll click on this side because I want to get a filter here. So what I want to do is I want to include the item type on this row column, this row label column, because I want to know how the breakdown of the total sales came about. So we want to bring the item type. You check this item type box here like this. Once you check it, you drag it and drop it on your row space here like I did. Okay, so doing that, we will get this. You see this box has changed to some crosses. If I tap on it now, I can now see exactly what items were sold in each of the outlet types. You can see that we had baking goods, bread, breakfast, and from what we see here, fruits and vegetables were the highest items that were sold in the grocery store. That was about $9 million. Oh, sorry, about $9,000 rather. Okay, so I checked the next one. Let me see, supermarket type 1, which happened to be the highest sales. We could see again that we had vegetables and fruits were the highest sold items here. So this is what this helps us to get. And so the next task we were to do was to also get I should add filters to show low fat products. So I came here again, rather here, add filters to my pivot table, the third one, to show low fat products. So I click here, come to item fat content, I check the box, drag it. When I check the box, I drag it here, from here to my filters column. Right, so dragging into my filters column shows me that I can find out, and we say we should check out the fat content products. So I click on this box here, this select multiple items, then if I don't check it, see what happens. Every item will be included in my total, but if I uncheck remove the fat like we are asked to do, I remove the low fat from the list. This is what we have left. So everything that has to do with fat was removed from the list. Again, if I add it, just watch this area when I change this fact now. If I include it, all the fat stuff were included, so again I remove it. So we've been able to add the filters to it. Lastly, we are asked to include slicers for item fat and item type in the last pivot table. So I come back, I want to add slicers. To add slicers to the last pivot table, what I do is these are the slicers. I already added them here, but I want to walk you through how I added these two slicers. So I come to my insert table again, you click add slicers, like you highlight this one. When you are here, if you add slicers here, it will just bring you here. Click add slicers. Now you hold here, add slicers here. Once you click on any item here, and then you click on insert, come to add slicers on the top right here, it will give you a list of things you want to add to your slicers. In this case, we are adding item type and item fat content. If you click OK, we'll get these two, but I'm not ready to repeat that. So this is what we get. So you can see if you click on the fat item, it automatically reflects on the sum here. If you want only regular items, it reflects as well. If you want your baking goods to be out, it comes, and if you don't want, you repeat it back. So this was exactly what I did to arrive at creating the different pivot tables that I did. So the next task we were asked to do was to create a dashboard of this data set here. The data set is a financial data set. So again, I have downloaded it already, and it was in my Excel sheet. Here is it, the financial dashboard. Then I've opened it in my sheet. Here is it. So I just want to walk you through exactly what I did very quickly. Here is the data set for the first one. What we were asked to do, the first thing we were asked to do was to create a line graph for profit and profit margin for different years. So I come here, profit and profit margin. This is the table that I would use for creating this. So I just highlight it like I did here. It's as simple as that. You come to insert, you insert it in your, you see different options of what to represent as a chart to visualize it. So I'll choose the line graph here. I come here, this is the line graph, line on area chart. So I choose this one, area line graph with markers. These are the markers. So I choose this, and then we have this graph here. So the next thing I'll change, edit the title and add the title of the table I'm working on. Then I edit the labels. You can see the labels here, the blue line representing the year. The year is on the ground here. You can hardly see it, but this is what we got. This is the year here. This year on the ground. The net profit is the orange line. The ash represents the net year, profit margin. So that was how we arrived at this graph. Okay. So the next thing we were asked to do was to create a column chart for the historical revenue. So I want to go back to our data revenue column. Here is the data set for that. So I'll highlight again, come to insert here, I'll choose this column, start column. I click on it, we have this. Again, I'll edit the title to historical revenue, and I want to change this to the year. Instead of 1, 2, 3, we want to have the year under here, the year 2016 to 2019. So how do we do that? Right click here. First of all, you come here, double click on this, double click here. The mouse is giving me issues. Excuse me. I want to click here. Yeah, right. I just came to this number and right click here. Right, like this. Right click, format axis. I click on format axis. Format chart area. Right click here. Select data rather. So when I right click, I select data. I want to change this from 1, 2, 3 to what should actually be there. Should be here. We need the actual edit this. I want to edit this. This is what we want to hear. This is the year we want to find this. So we copy. Okay. Click OK. So we have the year underneath, 2016, 2021 already. So we save that. Alright, so the next thing I was supposed to do was to create a pie chart for the expense and breakup. So I come here again, we go to the data set here, expense and breakup. Here's the data, this little data here. So we highlight like we did in the past, insert. Instead of line chart or the bar chart, we come to the pie chart here. I choose whichever one. Need to click on the drop down. I choose this one or any one I choose. So I chose the first one. Then I edit the colors to my preference. Green for the largest share. This. Then also to explode this sector, just to add beauty to it. If you tap on everything here, you are excluding everything. But if you tap on just one, like here, I want to exclude just this bit only here. So I click on this, you can see the three, only this has been highlighted. So I come here, I want only this to be highlighted, so I tap on that and I can exclude this position here by increasing here. You can see the sector here is increasing and excluding out and coming. I can reduce it by drawing it back. So that was how I did that. Again, I edit the title into expense breakup, and you can see the different distribution or the different percentage of the whole that each cost represents. Alright, so the last one I just chose to do a donut pie chart of the other expenses breakup, just to know what makes up the others. So you see utilities depreciation is a good percentage of it. You see the others and income tax represented by the different color shades here. So that was that about it. And finally, we are supposed to create a dashboard. So I just created a new Excel space by clicking on the Control N. It will take me to a new space just like this one, and I'll copy my different dashboards, or different charts rather, all the charts I had made from the first one here. Copy it, I paste it here, I go back, copied the second one, the bar chart, and I pasted there as well until I was able to arrive at this beautiful dashboard which I got at the end of the day. So the dashboard gives us a clearer picture of the rough data we had. You could see the transformation that went in from, sorry about this, excuse me, I mistakenly opened an app, so sorry for this. I have to close this now. So sorry about that. So we arrived at this beautiful dashboard. This is what we made out of the data set we had. You could see how data is powerful. The beautiful visual we have, so it makes most sense for we to understand that profit margin has been on the rise since 2015 till 2020. We could see that revenue has been increasing between 2016 and 2021. We can see as well that, you know, advertising and payroll the target we set, we actually didn't meet it, but we fell short of our 70% target by 9%, because we made, instead of 70% that we were targeting, we made 61% target. And we can see the expenses we made throughout the period, to how much went to which, how much went to advertising, payroll, interest, and other things. Everything is broken down. We know where the chunk of our money is spent. It is in cost of goods and all of that. So this was the little I was able to do with my Excel skills, and I hope that I've been able to show you a little bit. Let me just give you a brief of what I did with my SQL, even though it's quite a lot. So here we had a SQL data for the Indian cricket competition, or the Premier League. So I had created two tables in my BigQuery database. I named it Step I here under this project name already existing. So I created a data set called Step I. In this data set I had two tables named deliveries and matches according to the problems we have to solve here. This is actually the second statement problem I'm on right now. Here is it? Okay, the second data problem. So I have to create a table name, matches, create a table name, deliveries, import data, the CSV file, import the bulk file. So I had done that already, and here we are, which I've showed you. This is the deliveries table, this is the matches table, and I've uploaded the file. So I wrote this query: set select all from this project, Indigo Griffin project, step I, dataset matches table. This is what this query means, and I needed to get, let me just write a query to get all. When I click on all, I will get to know all the matches that were played in this data set. So it shows this, all the matches here. They are over 800 and something different pages of the data set, so it's quite a lot. So but the question was for me to find, to select the top 20 rows of the deliverables table and the top 20 rows of the matches table. So I want to rewrite a query to show you how I got that. So I'll still keep this. I just include the limit table now. I just include the limit query. So I'm going to limit my display to 20 instead of 20. So if I run this code, it will show me the first 20 results. If I repeat the same thing for the deliveries table, I will get the same. So I'll just edit this to deliveries. So and I run the code, we get as well. Okay, you can see the deliveries. So the next thing we had to do was to fetch data of all matches played on 2nd of May 2013. We want to know the matches played in 2013. So I will write the code again. I just include the line, include a condition, the where condition, where select. So I'll change this to matches. Include the condition where results, date is equal to 2nd May, so 2013 May 02. This is the query to get the matches played on the 3rd and on the 2nd of May. So we had only 2 matches that were played on this date. So with this method, I was able to go about my SQL and repeated the same for others. So just not to make my video so long, this was how I was able to query my data, draw insights. This is the power of SQL. And I want to give thanks to the organizers of the Start Tech Academy for this opportunity to have been able to go about all of this. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and I would appreciate reviews and criticisms.